Baptism's a really interesting sacrament. Generally, every baptism is recognized as valid as long as you actually use the right, the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, and not like some people do like really weird ones to try to sound politically correct, and then those aren't valid. And then those aren't valid baptisms anymore. Yeah, no, you can't include the flying spaghetti monster in your baptism if you want it to be valid. Did you know you don't even have to be Christian in order to baptize someone? You just have the person just needs to be willing and you say the right words and yeah. So if someone's like dying wish to someone on the side of the road who's like an atheist and they ask them to baptize them and for some reason they actually agree, it would be a valid baptism. Yeah. Willing vessel of God. Oh yeah, also you need water. If you don't have a water bottle, feel free to spit on them. That counts. I mean, I personally don't think that baptism isn't required to be saved. Example being the thief who was crucified next to Jesus. Yeah, no. If someone says that you're required to be baptized to make it, I don't agree with that. Or I heard a whole analogy about it. It was called like the aquifer metaphor, and it used I'm gonna try to explain it maybe because we're already here. We're locked in. Why not? We're gonna start with black here. Okay, so we got the blood. We got the water coming from his side. And we got an aquifer. Here's the church. Here's a rock. Okay, so the way that I remember this going, but keep in mind I haven't had this lesson in years. But so Jesus died. We got the blood and water from his side. The water over here, divine mercy, baptism type stuff. And the most direct way to do it is through the church. And this is meaning like church in grand scheme, like any Christian church getting baptized type stuff. But it's so overflowing with mercy that his graces can come to other people. Like, for example, people who live under a rock and don't know what Christianity is. They too can get grace if they and try to seek love, life, goodness, and truth, which is God. This is like a really bad explanation, but I hope that you get what I mean by the aquifer metaphor, is that you don't need the direct source because it's so overwhelming in God's mercy. Does that make sense? Well, my Baptist training taught me that baptismo means immerse in Greek, so you need to try to drown them. I don't agree, by the way. That was the original, that's how it originally was. Is that you were close to drowning. They'd hold you down for long enough with each dunk that you'd feel like you were kind of dying because it is a type of death, because you're being reborn as a child of God type thing, if I remember correctly. I mean, being baptized is a major event that sticks with you to me as a fond memory, but I think the only required is truly receiving Jesus into your heart. Yes. Um, it just makes it easier if you have the grace of God through baptism and you get that indelible mark on your soul. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Because you're getting the graces, the spiritual gifts through baptism, which makes it easier for you. It doesn't necessarily, I don't think it's the only way, but I think it makes it easier. And there's our theological tangent for today. I'm not a theologian. This is what I remember from middle school. So